The story I'm about to tell you, I haven't told any of the people in my life that are close to me, and I've been holding it in for a very long time, and I feel like I was always in fear about this being known about me. This fateful moment would happen in 8th grade when I was on the bus to some lame-ass field trip. Me and a couple of the guys next to me were playing this game of Truth or Dare, and it was pretty mundane for the most part. Now, this was until I got this one dare to ask the girl sitting in front of us how her dad was doing. This felt kind of weird and specific, but nothing too out of the ordinary. But before I was about to go through with this dare, they pleaded and tried to talk me out of it and gave me some damning information that her dad was in jail. Now, when I heard this, I thought it was a flat-out lie. To give some context why, we went to this snobby private Catholic school, so it just wouldn't make sense that her dad would be in this situation. So I thought it was just a total flat-out lie, something to punk me, something to scare me out of it. But I did notice how sincere they seemed by the end of it. I came to this brilliant conclusion that it must have been a rumor that someone made up, and I can debunk this by going through with the dare and also getting some savage points for saying something that seems so out of pocket, but really it was just a flat-out lie. So despite the risk and the warnings, my stubborn ass went through with the dare and didn't go so well. The funniest part in all this was even after I went through all this stupid bullshit logic in my head, she actually didn't hear me at first, so I could have completely escaped this situation, but like a complete fucking dumbass, I said this thing to her twice. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, a few months ago I tried to make a video about this topic, but the tone was way different. I was trying to do that sad YouTuber apology shit, you know, where you cry into the camera and make the serious face because you want the comments saying, "No, actually, I think you're really brave, blah blah blah," because deep down I wanted reassurance more than to teach a lesson, because I still wasn't comfortable with it yet. But now I care way less about my ego and realize that there could be someone else who is in my position, in my shoes, that I can help through talking about this and letting you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to be perfect. Take it from someone who's fucked up a lot. But the thing is, you have to handle this the right way, and I didn't for many years. And that's because it didn't really have much of a direct impact on me. Sure, some people were upset at me when it happened, but, you know, I went to a high school that no one from my grade school had really even heard of, so I didn't really have to face that consequence. I had somewhat of an imposter syndrome. Whenever I would receive a compliment I never really felt happy about, I felt kind of weird and like I was being on a pedestal that I couldn't live up to because they didn't know some of the darkest sides of me. When you've been living a lie, you start to see how powerful the truth is. And the longer you put it off, the more of a lie it becomes, and you're fucking 16 dealing with an identity crisis, and you should be out chasing chicks and shit. Sometimes we're the last ones to forgive ourselves, and that's because self-forgiveness isn't a switch you just flick like that. It's a long process of delving into some of the most uncomfortable and unsettling parts of yourself. And I think this new age that we're a part of only makes it harder for us to forgive and accept ourselves because we're in a time where everything is documented. How many gotcha tweets do I have to see from like a 16-year-old? Guys, I don't know how else to tell you this, but high school students aren't exactly the smartest fucking people in the world. But jokes aside, it's a very dangerous precedent to set to young people who are not fully developed that all of their flaws, all of their mistakes can be put on full display for the entire world to pick apart. We've all fucked up and did something that we're not proud of. The difference between all of us is how we learn and grow from this. To the viewer watching this who may feel ashamed for what they've done, just know that it's never too late to try and become a better person. But also know that sooner is better than later, and you might as well start now. Start the process of self-forgiving so you can move forward with your life.